Hello everyone, my name is Kang Lee-jung from the Youth Cultural Corps. Have you ever eaten fried chicken, tteokbokki, bulgogi, or galbi in Korea? They are well known to you guys as very delicious and special Korean food. Aren't you curious about those tasty foods, Korean foods or snacks history? Today, I'm going to introduce Korean snacks history and present showing various types of a snack that could give you full gratification. Now let's start it with the tteokbokki's history. Now I will show you about the Korean traditional or like a traditional street food tteokbokki. Actually, the tteokbokki was originally the royal food in Joseon Dynasty. But in fact, the royal tteokbokki and the current two-paste tteokbokki have not much historical connection. It is similar to the stir fry using the rice cakes, but the recipe for the royal tteokbokki has not been introduced to the present day. It is said that the spicy tteokbokki was made by Ma Bong-rim, who is well known for her red pepper paste advertisement. In 1953, at a time when 3 years of refugee made it difficult for everyone to make ends meet, Grandma Ma Bong-lim visited a Chinese restaurant to entertain the family's precious guests. Watching the deliciously eating family members, she said she couldn't easily touch Chinese food. What she picked up to satisfy her hunger was a free rice cake for the opening ceremony. But while picking up the rice cake, she dropped the rice cake into a bowl of jjajangmyeon that her father used to eat. When she tried the rice cake with black bean noodles on it, it tastes better than she thought, and she thought it would be a good to season it with red paper paste. The mistake of the day led to the birth of the Korean snacks. It was around the 70s when this kind of tteokbokki became popular. The prosperity of tteokbokki restaurants in Shindangdong is due to the popularity of the tteokbokki restaurants' DJs. When there was no place to enjoy a special leisure life, DJs at tteokbokki restaurants were idols of girls like Korean idols. The DJ of a popular tteokbokki restaurant is said to have been introduced on a real radio show. The popularity of DJs at tteokbokki restaurants has led to the popularity of tteokbokki and has become a medium for people in their 70s and 80s to remember their youth before it was food called tteokbokki. More than 20 stores are still concentrated in Shindangdong's tteokbokki alley, which can be called the birthplace of West paper paste tteokbokki. People flock to eat instant tteokbokki, which is usually made by adding fish cakes, dumplings, boiled eggs, ramen, and the jomen, which is also the traditional Korean street food. Tteokbokki, which has become the representative snack of the people, has evolved ever since tteokbokki, which used to made of flour rice cakes in the 1970s as a flour promotion campaign, has been changed to rice cake since the 1990s, and recently a number-shaped rice cake, color rice cake, and rice cake with vegetables or cheese have been developed to entertain not only the taste but also our eyes. Like this, tteokbokki have developed in the very short history, but now it is well known as the Korean's representative snack now. Now I'm going to introduce about also the Korean traditional snack known as the seaweed bulgak. Bulgak is like the Korean traditional the pop snacks. After the autumn harvest in October, our ancestors made a pavilion to store and eat vegetables for a long time. If vegetables and seaweed are dried and stored, they can enjoy the unique taste of stored foods and help them to get nutrients that are likely to be lacking just by making kimchi. Seaweed such as kelp and seaweed were dried in coastal areas and were fried in deep-fried pieces to enjoy the delicacy. The temple, which does not eat meat or fish, had developed a variety of foods, enjoying bulgak as food to supplement nutrition and calories. The potato bulgak of Songgwangsa Temple, the chamjuk bulgak of Tendongsa Temple, and the Sengdongbae leaf bulgak of Haeinsa Temple are famous in Korea, and I recommend you to try this. From the lower extremities to the autumn equinox, the humidity is so high that it is damp that it is not made. So it was a crispy snack that was usually made after the harvest and enjoyed during the winter and spring. There are also cases of making it in summer and sometimes. On the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, a memorial service for ancestors was held, and red pepper flakes and kelp fried like the bulgak varieties were made as the food. When did our ancestors make the bulgak? According to records of the history of the three kingdoms known as the Samguk-shide, it is estimated that the king's visit to the queen in the third year of King Munshin's reign was made with the time when he used the oil as well as various foods was sealed with the leaf waste, and it is called as also the bulgak. There are many different types of standouts such as green peppers, participating bamboo leaves, perilla leaves, and the seaweed, potato, kelp, tea flowers, old bamboo shoots, camellia leaf, chrysanthemum leaves, and burdock leaves. The method for making it stand out is to steam grass with glutinous rice flour and dry it on food. There's a material for the highlighting, and then try it in vegetable oil whenever it is necessary. Have you enjoyed my introduction about the Korean food tteokbokki and buwa, which is the well-known Korean snacks? I hope you will have a great time in Korea, and I think I want you to try the other foods such as the bulgogi, galbi, 새우깡s, and the Korean traditional cookies in when you go to the Korea. Thank you for listening to my UCC.